Okay. Anyone reply me? Screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the new syllabus for the TYB Tech semester 6 from the academic year 2020-21. So the subject name is heat transfer, that is code is ME323. That is nothing but heat transfer. So what is the teaching scheme for this subject? That is lecture 3 hours per week and practicals 2 hours per week. Then what about the examination scheme for this subject? So for this subject, end semester exam, that is our final exam for the 70 marks. Then we know that ISE, that is in semester exam for the 30 marks. End semester exam 70 marks and in semester exam for the 30 marks. Then internal continuous assessment, that is for the term of ICA, that is for the 25 marks. And for this subject there is a POE, that is practical oral examination. So for this subject we have to external oral, that is practical oral examination, means we have to conduct the experiment at the time of external oral, and on that experiment there may be oral. So this is nothing but examination scheme. So what is the examination scheme for this heat transfer subject? That is end semester exam for the 70 marks, then in semester exam for the 30 marks, then internal continuous assessment, that is term for the 25 marks, and practical oral examination, that is performance. So we have to perform the experiments in the lab. So there are total 10 experiments in the heat transfer lab. We have to perform that experiment, and on that experiment, in the examination we have to conduct any one experiment, and on that experiment there may be oral of that subject is takes place. So this is about the examination scheme. So the, so basically there are two sections, section 1 and section 2. Section 1 and section 2. So first section consists of basically there are three units. That is unit number 1 is conduction. Unit number 1 is conduction. So basically we have discussed about the modes of the heat transfer. Modes of the heat transfer. So basically there are three modes of the heat transfer, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So these three are the basic modes of the heat transfer. And this conduction is a one topic, then convection is a one topic, then radiation is a one topic. We have to understand the what is the modes of the heat transfer, and on that modes of heat transfer there is a one topic, means conduction is having one topic, then convection is having one topic, and then radiation is having one topic. So section 1 consists of, basically section 1 consists of three units. Okay, section 1 consists of unit number 1 for the conduction, then unit number 2 is extended surfaces, extended surfaces, then unit number 3, that is radiation, unit number 3 radiation. First section consists of three units. First unit is conduction, second unit is extended surfaces, and third unit is radiation. Third unit is radiation. And what about the section 2? So section 2 consists of three units. Unit number 4, that is convection. So in that convection there are subbits, that is forced convection and natural convection. And then fifth unit is boiling and condensation. Fifth unit is boiling and condensation, and last unit is heat exchanger. Last unit is heat exchanger. So basically heat transfer subject is having two sections. Section 1 is there and section 2 is there. For section 1 there are 3 units, and in section 2 there are 3 units. Section 1 consists of 3 units and section 2 consists of 3 units. Section 1 consists of, first unit is conduction, then second unit is extended surfaces, third unit is radiation. And what about the section 2? So section 2 having 3 units, that is first one is convection, then boiling and condensation, and last unit is heat exchanger. So this is about the section 1 and section 2. Section 1 is 3 units and section 2 is having 3 units. So all of you put your roll numbers in the chat box for the attendance. Put your roll numbers in the chat box. All of you put your roll numbers in the chat box fast. I will take attendance by using this chat box. So all of you put your roll number in the chat box. Okay. Okay. So we know that unit number one is conduction. Unit number one is conduction. So we have to take the introduction of this subject, that is heat transfer. We have to take the introduction of this total subject, that is heat transfer. So unit one is nothing but conduction. Unit one is nothing but conduction. So what is the first point in that topic, that is modes of heat transfer. So as we discussed, basically there are three modes of the heat transfer. What are the different modes of the heat transfer? Anyone tell me what are the different modes of the heat transfer? Vidate?
Yes, sir. Conduction,
Hmm.
convection, and radiation, sir.
Okay, conduction, convection, and radiation. So what is meant by conduction? Tell me, yes, sir. Hmm. What is meant by conduction? Anyone?
Heating of a body from one place one end to another end.
Okay. So basically, conduction is nothing but heat transfer due to the physical contact. So we know that conduction is the transfer of heat. What is meant by conduction? Conduction is nothing but transfer of heat from one part of a substance to the another part of the same substance. What is meant by conduction? Conduction is nothing but is the transfer of heat from one part of a substance to the another part of the same substance, or from one substance to the another substance in physical contact with, without appreciable displacement of the molecules, without appreciable displacement of the molecules. So this conduction is because of the what? This conduction is takes place because of the lattice vibration and because of the, so in moving atoms or molecules in the hottest part of a body transfer heat by impact some of their energy to the adjacent molecules. Suppose we have to consider one metal rod. So this metal rod consists of number of molecules. Number of molecules. Suppose we have to heating the one end of this metal rod. We have to heating the one end of this metal rod. Then what will happen? The whatever the molecules which is nearer to that particular end, they gaining the energy from that, and because of that what will happen, the heat transfer from that molecules to the adjacent molecules is takes place. Means what? So faster moving atoms or molecules in the hottest part of a body transfer heat by impact some of their energy to the adjacent molecules. So whatever the molecules which is nearer to the heat, that molecules gaining the energy, and after that this molecule transferring the energy to the adjacent molecules. So in this way, that adjacent molecule then transfer their energy to the adjacent molecules of their substance. So in this way, heat transfer is takes place from the one end of that metal rod to the another end of the metal rod. So this is the one mode of the heat transfer, that is nothing but conduction. So conduction is nothing but transfer of heat from one part of a substance to the another part of the same substance, or from the one substance to the another substance in physical contact. If suppose we have to considering the two different substances, and if these two substances are in physical contact with each other, then that mode of heat transfer is nothing but conduction. So this conduction is happening because of the lattice vibration and because of the free electrons. So whatever the molecules which is present nearer to the heat, that molecules gaining the energy and transferring the heat to the adjacent molecule. So in this way heat transfer is takes place. And what is the another mechanism to transfer the heat because of the conduction, that is transport of free electrons. Transport of the free electrons. So free electrons provide an energy flux in the direction of the decreasing temperature. So at the end there is a higher temperature, and because of that higher temperature, that electrons will be moving into the high temperature region to the low temperature region, high temperature region to the low temperature region. So because of that what will happen, the heat transfer is takes place from the one end to the another end, and this mode is nothing but conduction. Understood? What is meant by conduction? Transfer of heat from one part of the substance to the another part of the substance, or one substance to the another substance when these two substances are in physical contact with the each other. That mode is nothing but conduction. So our first point is modes of heat transfer. In that we have discussed about the conduction. We have discussed about the conduction. Then second mode of heat transfer is nothing but convection. So convection is nothing but transfer of heat because of the motion of the molecules. Suppose we have to consider we have to heating the water. Some water is present in the pot and we have to heating that pot continuously. So what will happen? Whatever the water molecules which is present at the bottom, they gaining the energy, and after that what will happen? This molecule, the density of this molecule is reduces, and because of that what will happen? These molecules will come at the upper side, and whatever the molecules which is present at the upper side, that molecules will move into the downward direction. So in this case what will happen? These molecules will be continuously in the motion. These molecules are continuously in the motion because low density molecules will come at the upper side and high density molecules will come at the lower side, and because of that what will happen? The motion is created inside that particular water, and because of that motion what will happen? Heat transfer is takes place. Because of that motion what will happen? The heat transfer is takes place. That is nothing but convection. Understood? In convection, the heat transfer takes place due to the motion of the molecules. But what about the conduction? In the conduction, there is a no motion of the molecules. That is, in conduction, heat transfer takes place due to the physical contact. In conduction, heat transfer takes place due to the physical contact. But in the convection, whatever the molecules which is at the higher energy side, that molecules gaining the energy, and that molecules will move into the higher density side, and in this way these molecules in continuous in the motion, and because of this motion what will happen? The heat transfer takes place. That is nothing but convection. That is nothing but convection. So this is about the convection. Then third mode of heat transfer, that is radiation. So we know that what is the radiation? Radiation is nothing but different wavelengths. That is ultraviolet radiation is there. So this radiation is nothing but heat transfer in the form of electromagnetic waves. So whatever the waves are there, so heat transfer takes place in the form of electromagnetic waves. That is nothing but radiation. There is a no need of any medium to transfer the heat for the radiation. For the conduction and convection, there is a need of medium to transfer the heat from one location to the another location. But for the radiation, there is a no need of any medium to transfer the heat. Understood? What is meant by radiation? Radiation is nothing but transfer of heat in the form of electromagnetic waves. There is a no need of any medium to transfer the heat or to transfer the energy. To transfer the energy. That is nothing but radiation. Understood? So this is about the modes of the heat transfer. Then next point is basic laws of the heat transfer. So there are different laws. There are different laws related to the modes of heat transfer. So basically there are three modes of the heat transfer are there, that is conduction, convection and radiation. So related to each mode there is a different laws of heat transfer are there. Means what? Suppose we have to consider the conduction. So for that conduction there is a law related to the conduction. Law related to the conduction heat transfer, and that law is nothing but Fourier's law of heat conduction. Understood? So basically there are three modes: conduction, convection and radiation. So for each mode of heat transfer there are different laws of the heat transfer. There are different laws of the heat transfer. So in respect of conduction, what is the law related to this? That is Fourier's law of the heat conduction. So anyone knows that law of conduction? Can anyone tell me Fourier's law of heat conduction? Anyone heard about that? What is the Fourier's law of heat conduction? Can anyone? Fourier's law of heat conduction. Okay. So what is the Fourier's law of heat conduction? So this law is related to the conduction. So the rate of flow of heat through a simple homogeneous solid is directly proportional to the area of the section at right angles to the direction of heat flow and to change of temperature with respect to the length of the path of the heat flow. So what is the Fourier's law of heat conduction? So this law is related to the conduction. So whatever the heat flow is takes place, whatever the heat flow is takes place. So before going to the Fourier's law, can anyone tell me what is the unit of heat? Can anyone? What is the unit of heat? How to measure heat? What is the unit of that heat? Anyone?
Joule, sir.
Joule. Okay. What is the unit of heat? That is joule. So now I am saying that the rate of flow of heat means what is the unit of rate of heat flow? Anyone?
Joule per second.
Joule per second. So what is the another name for the joule per second? Anyone? What is the another name for the joule per second? Joule per second means what? Watt. Okay, Omkar Pawar, put it in the chat box. So joule per second is nothing but watt. So what is the statement of the Fourier's law of heat transfer? That is, rate of flow of heat transfer through a simple homogeneous solid is directly proportional to the area of the section at right angles to the direction of heat flow. Suppose we have to consider the any square box. So whatever the rate of flow of heat through that particular solid, rate of heat flow through that particular solid is directly proportional to what? Area which is right angles to the direction of heat flow. Means whatever the direction of heat flow, so whatever the area of that particular square block which is in the direction of heat flow, so that rate of heat transfer is directly proportional to that particular area which is right angles to the direction of heat flow. And what? And change of the temperature with respect to the length. Means whatever the distance between the or whatever the thickness of that particular box, that is nothing but dt by dx. So what is the Fourier's law? States that Q is directly proportional to area and dt by dx. Q is directly proportional to area and dt by dx. So Q is nothing but, we have to consider the Q is nothing but rate of heat transfer per unit time. So Q is having unit is joule per second. Okay, rate of heat transfer, we have to considering the rate of heat transfer. So we have to considering the only heat at that time. What is the unit? That is joule. Suppose we have to considering the rate of heat transfer at that time. What is the unit? Joule per second, and that joule per second is nothing but watt. So what is the Fourier's law of heat conduction? That is Q is directly proportional to the area which is normal to the direction of heat flow and change in temperature with respect to distance, that is dt by dx. dt is nothing but temperature difference and dx is nothing but thickness of that particular solid body, thickness of that particular solid body. So Q is nothing but heat flow through a body per unit time. Then A is nothing but surface area of that heat flow, that is perpendicular to the direction of heat flow. Then dt is nothing but temperature difference and dx is nothing but thickness of that body. So this is the Fourier's law of heat conduction. This law is related to the conduction. Okay, how to remember this? Q is directly proportional to area and dt by dx. So this area is nothing but surface area which is perpendicular to the direction of heat flow, and dt by dx is nothing but change in temperature with respect to distance, that is nothing but dt by dx. So this is about the Fourier's law of heat conduction. So there is a proportionality sign. Q is directly proportional to. So for the removing that proportionality sign, we have to take the equal to and we have to take the proportionality constant, that is K. So Q is equal to K into A into dt by dx. Q is equal to K into A into dt by dx, and that K is nothing but thermal conductivity of that particular solid object. Thermal conductivity of that particular solid object. So this is the Fourier's law of heat conduction. This is the law which is related to the conduction, and only one law related to the conduction, that is Fourier's law of heat conduction. Understood? What is the law which is related to the conduction? There is only one law which is related to the conduction, and that law is nothing but Fourier's law of heat conduction. Fourier's law of heat conduction. Then we have to go for the second mode of heat transfer, that is convection. And what is the law related to the convection? So what is the law related to the convection? That law is nothing but Newton's law of the cooling. What is the law related to the convection? That law is nothing but Newton's law of the cooling. So what is the Newton's law of the cooling? So the rate of heat transfer per unit area, rate of heat transfer per unit area proportional to the difference in the temperature between body and its surrounding. Body and its surrounding. That is nothing but Newton's law of the cooling. Newton's law of the cooling. So these laws we have to cover in the unit number 1. So before going to unit number 1, we have to discussing the introductory part. So in that we have to discussing the what is the Newton's law of the cooling. So what is the Newton's law of the cooling? Rate of heat transfer per unit area is directly proportional to the difference in the temperature between the body and its surrounding. Body and its surrounding. So Q by A, rate of heat transfer per unit area. Rate of heat transfer per unit area. So that is nothing but Q by A. Heat is nothing but Q, and per unit area, that is Q by A, is directly proportional to the temperature difference. Means whatever the object we have to consider in temperature of that particular object and temperature of the surrounding. That temperature difference is considered as a delta T. So Q by A is directly proportional to delta T. So for the convection, we have to consider the proportionality constant as a H, and that H is nothing but coefficient of the convection. In the conduction, we have taken the proportionality constant as a K, and that K is nothing but thermal conductivity. And in the Newton's law of the cooling, so this law is related to the convection. So we have to take that H as a proportionality constant, and that H is nothing but coefficient of convective heat transfer. Coefficient of convective heat transfer. So because of that, what is the equation for the Newton's law of the cooling? That is Q is equal to H into A into delta T. Q is equal to H into A into delta T. So this is the law related to the convection. That is Newton's law of the cooling. So can anyone tell me what is the unit of H? Can anyone tell me? What is the unit of H? H is nothing but coefficient of convective heat transfer. So Q is equal to H into A into delta T. So from that equation, can anyone tell me what is the unit of H? And also find the unit of K. Can anyone tell me what is the unit of thermal conductivity and what is the unit of the coefficient of convective heat transfer? Do that adjustment and tell me the units of the thermal conductivity and the coefficient of convective heat transfer. Tell me. Unmute yourself and tell me the units of the thermal conductivity and unit of the convective heat transfer coefficient. Okay. Fourier's law. What is the equation of the Fourier's law of heat conduction? That is Q is equal to K into A into dt by dx. So by using that equation, we have to find out the unit of the K, and by using the Q is equal to H into A into T. So by using that, we have to find out the unit of the H, that is convective heat transfer coefficient. Convective heat transfer coefficient. Do the adjustment, put the unit of each quantity and find out the unit of H as well as K. Unmute yourself and tell me the units of the thermal conductivity and the convective heat transfer coefficient. Okay, Dhanashree Sonone, what is your answer?
Newton per meter Kelvin.
Newton per meter Kelvin. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Another, anyone?
Sir, watt per meter Kelvin.
Watt per meter
Kelvin.
Kelvin. This is the unit of what?
Sir, H.
Thermal conduct. H. Once again we have to check. Okay, what is the equation for the Newton's law of the cooling? That is Q is equal to H into A into delta T. We know the unit of the Q. What is the unit of the Q? That is watt. That is Q is nothing but rate of heat transfer is there. So what is the unit of Q? That is watt. Then what is the unit of area? That is meter square. And what is the unit of delta T? That is degree Celsius or Kelvin. We have to take any unit for that. So by using that, we have to find out the unit of the convective heat transfer coefficient. Okay, we know that equation Q is equal to H into A into delta T. So we know that unit of Q, that is watt, then unit of area, that is meter square, and unit of delta T, that is degree Celsius oblique Kelvin. So from that we get the unit of the heat transfer coefficient, that is convective heat transfer coefficient H. So can anyone tell me? Harshvardhan, Deepak Shinde. What is the unit of H? I have elaborated that equation.
Watt per meter square Kelvin.
Watt per meter square Kelvin. Correct. So this is the unit of the coefficient of convective heat transfer. We have to taken the proportionality constant as a H, and that H is nothing but coefficient of convective heat transfer. So similarly, we have to calculate the unit of the thermal conductivity, that is K. So we know that the equation of the Fourier's law of heat conduction, that is Q is equal to K into A into dt by dx. So by using that equation, we have to find out the unit of K, that is thermal conductivity. Tell me, what is the unit of thermal conductivity? That is K. Once again, I have telling the equation, that is Q is equal to K into A into dt by dx. Q is nothing but rate of heat transfer. Then Q is equal to K. K is nothing but thermal conductivity. A is nothing but surface area, which is perpendicular to the direction of heat flow. Then dt is nothing but change in temperature divided by dx. Dx is nothing but thickness of that particular object. So by using this, we have to find out the unit of the thermal conductivity. What is the unit of the thermal conductivity? Can anyone unmute yourself and tell me the answer of that? Unit of the thermal conductivity, that is unit of K. Can anyone?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Watt per meter Kelvin.
Watt per meter Kelvin. Correct. So this is the unit for the thermal conductivity. We have to understand the difference, because in the conduction we have taken the proportionality constant as a thermal conductivity. Suppose we have to consider the any solid body, any solid object. For that we have said that that is nothing but for that particular object there is a thermal conductivity. But if there is a liquid medium is there, for that case we have to considering the convection, and for convection there is related to this, that is Newton's law of the cooling, and for that what is the proportionality constant? That is H, and that H is nothing but coefficient of convective heat transfer. Coefficient of convective heat transfer. So from that we have to understood K is nothing but thermal conductivity and having unit is watt per meter Kelvin, and H is nothing but coefficient of convective heat transfer and having unit is watt per meter square Kelvin. What is the difference? In the thermal conductivity, watt per meter Kelvin is there, and for the convection, watt per meter square is there. Watt per meter square Kelvin is there. So these are the units for the thermal conductivity and coefficient of convective heat transfer. Coefficient of convective heat transfer means what? Suppose thermal conductivity is 1000 and thermal conductivity is 500. So from that value we said that this object or this material is having higher thermal conductivity, means maximum heat transfer will be takes place from that particular object. So from this value, that is thermal conductivity, or that another proportionality constant for the convection, that is coefficient of convective heat transfer. So from that K and from that H, we said that from that values we said that this material is having higher thermal conductivity. Means suppose we have to consider the, suppose one material is having thermal conductivity is 500 watt per meter Kelvin, and another material is having thermal conductivity watt per meter Kelvin. So for that case, we said that the material having 1000 thermal conductivity is having capacity to the maximum heat, capacity to transfer the maximum heat. So from this concept, you have to understand the different materials having different values of the thermal conductivity, different values of the thermal conductivity. So this is the second law, that is Newton's law, which is related to the convection, which is related to the convection. To understood, first law we have discussed about the conduction mode, and for the conduction mode, what is the law related to the conduction, that is Fourier's law of the heat conduction. Then second convection mode is there, and for the convection mode, what is the law related to the convection, that is Newton's law of the cooling. Then we have discussed about the third mode of the heat transfer, that is radiation. And what are the laws related to the radiation? What are the laws related to the radiation? Anyone tell me? Already we have studied that part, radiation topic, in the 12th science. So what are the different laws related to the radiation? Anyone? Any idea related to the radiation? I think there is one topic in the 12th science for that is radiation. So what are the laws related to the radiation? Anyone? Tell me, what are the different laws related to the radiation? Anyone? Give me the names, at least names of that laws. What are the different laws related to the radiation? Can anyone? We have already studied in the 12th science radiation. So in that we have discussed or we have studied that laws of radiation. Can anyone tell me any law or any name of that particular law? Laws of radiation.
So black body radiation.
Black body radiation. This is the law. I am asking about the laws of the radiation. What are the different laws? Okay, I will tell what are the laws of the radiation. That is, first one is Stefan Boltzmann law. Anyone? Stefan Boltzmann law. We have heard about this Stefan Boltzmann law. Okay, we know that what is the value of that Stefan Boltzmann constant. So this law is Stefan Boltzmann law. So laws of radiation in that first law is Stefan Boltzmann law. Then second law, Kirchhoff law. What is the second law? Kirchhoff's law. Then what is the third law? Planck's law. And last one is Wien's displacement. What is the last law related to the radiation? That is Wien's displacement law. So basically these are the four laws which is related to the radiation. We have discussed about the in conduction, there is only one law, that is Fourier's law of heat conduction. In the convection, there is only one law related to the convection, that is Newton's law of the cooling. And now in the laws of radiation, there are four laws related to the radiation, that is Stefan Boltzmann law, second Kirchhoff's law, third one Planck's law, and last one is the Wien's displacement law. Wien's displacement law. So can anyone tell me what is this Stefan Boltzmann law? We have remember any point related to the Stefan Boltzmann law, or what is the value of that Stefan Boltzmann constant, or what is the equation for that Stefan Boltzmann law? Anyone? Can anyone remember that? Stefan Boltzmann law. What is the equation of the Stefan Boltzmann law? Can anyone? Can anyone remember that Stefan Boltzmann law? Okay. So what is the Stephen Boltzmann law. The law states that the emissive power of a black body. What is the Stephen Boltzmann law? The law states that the emissive power of a black body is directly proportional to the fourth power of its absolute temperature. Okay, what is the Stephen Boltzmann law? The emissive power of a black body. We have to consider the black body, and the emissive power of that particular body is directly proportional to the fourth power of its absolute temperature. Means we have to consider the one black body and whatever the temperature of that particular body. So emissive power of that particular body is directly proportional to what? Fourth power of its absolute temperature. Fourth power of its absolute temperature. So how to denote that emissive power of a black body? That is EB, capital E suffix B. EB is nothing but emissive power of a black body. So that EB is directly proportional to the fourth power of its absolute temperature. So EB is directly proportional to T raised to 4. That is, T is nothing but absolute temperature of that particular body. So this is the proportionality sign, that is directly proportional. So how to remove that proportionality sign? By giving the proportionality constant. So EB is equal to what? EB is equal to sigma into T raised to 4. So what is meant by that sigma? Sigma is nothing but Stephen Boltzmann constant. So can anyone tell me the value of Stephen Boltzmann constant? Anyone? What is the value of Stephen Boltzmann constant? So that value is nothing but 5.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin raised to 4. What is the value of Stephen Boltzmann constant? 5.67 into 10 raised to minus 8 watt per meter square Kelvin raised to 4. So this is the first law of radiation, that is Stephen Boltzmann law. That is EB is directly proportional to T raised to 4. That is EB is equal to sigma into T raised to 4. EB is equal to sigma into T raised to 4. So this is the first law which is related to the radiation, that is Stephen Boltzmann law. Then second law, that is Kirchhoff's law. So what is Kirchhoff's law? So Kirchhoff's law states that the emissivity of a body is equal to the absorptivity. Okay, there is a one concept, what is meant by emissivity, then what is meant by absorptivity. So we have to cover that all part in the radiation topic. So before going to that, we have to understood what are the laws, what are the different laws, what is the statement of that particular law. So for that we have to discussing this part. So what is the Kirchhoff's law? So Kirchhoff's law states that emissivity of body is equal to its absorptivity. Means emissivity is equal to absorptivity. When there is emissivity is equal to absorptivity, when the body remains in the thermal equilibrium with its surrounding. Body is in thermal equilibrium with its surrounding. Means suppose we have to considering one body is having 100 degrees Celsius, temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, and surrounding is having temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. At that time, for that particular body, emissivity is equal to absorptivity. At that time, what will happen? Means that body and surrounding is in thermal equilibrium. Means what? The temperature of that particular body is equal to temperature of the surrounding. At that case, we said that the emissivity of that particular body is equal to absorptivity. Emissivity is equal to absorptivity. When we said that emissivity is equal to absorptivity, whatever body we have to considering, the temperature of that body and temperature of surrounding is same. At that time, we said that for that particular body, whatever the emissivity of that particular body is equal to absorptivity of that particular body. Absorptivity of that particular body. So this is about the Kirchhoff's law. What is meant by Kirchhoff's law? Kirchhoff's law states that emissivity of body is equal to absorptivity when the body remains in the thermal equilibrium with the surrounding. Thermal equilibrium with the surrounding. So this is about the Kirchhoff's law. This is about the Kirchhoff's law. That is alpha is equal to epsilon. Means absorptivity is equal to emissivity. So this is about the second law of radiation, that is Kirchhoff's law. Then third law, that is Planck's law. Third law is Planck's law. So what is the Planck's law? What is the statement of the Planck's law, or what is the equation for that Planck's law? So the spectral emissive power of a black body. What is the statement of the Planck's law? That is spectral emissive power of a black body is dependent upon absolute temperature of body and wavelength of the radiation. So we have to considering the spectral emissivity power. So that for that black body, so we have to consider one black body, and whatever the emissive power of that particular black body is depending upon what? This emissive power of a black body is dependent upon the absolute temperature of that particular body and wavelength of the radiation. Understood? What is the spectral emissive power of a black body? So this spectral emissive power of a black body is depending upon what? This spectral emissive power is depending upon the absolute temperature, means whatever the temperature of that particular body, and what is the wavelength of the radiation. Wavelength of the radiation. So on these two factors, the spectral emissive power of a black body is depends. Spectral emissive power of a black body is depends. So that spectral emissive power of a black body is denoted by E lambda B is equal to, it is a function of T and lambda, that is T and lambda. So function of T and lambda. So this is the Planck's law. What is the Planck's law? Spectral emissive power of a black body is dependent upon the absolute temperature of body and wavelength of radiation and wavelength of the radiation. Means what? EB is a function of lambda and T. Lambda म्हणजे काय असणार आहे? Wavelength of radiation असणार आहे, and T म्हणजे काय असणार आहे? T is nothing but temperature, that is absolute temperature of that particular body. So this is the Planck's law. This is the third law related to the radiation. Then next law, Wien's displacement law. Next law is Wien's displacement law. So what is the Wien's displacement law? So Wien's displacement law states that product of maximum wavelength and temperature is constant. Suppose we have to consider any body, that body emitted the radiation. So for that each radiation, we have to calculate the product of the wavelength and the temperature. So that product is constant. This is nothing but Wien's displacement law. What is the Wien's displacement law? Wien's displacement law states that the product of maximum wavelength and temperature, product of maximum wavelength and temperature is constant. Means maximum wavelength. How to denote that maximum wavelength? That is lambda max into temperature into T is equal to what? Is equal to constant. Suppose any body emitting the radiation. So for that body, we have to consider the each radiation, and for that radiation there is a one wavelength and there is a one temperature, and product of that wavelength and temperature is constant. And by deriving the derivation, what is the value of that constant? That is 2898 micrometer Kelvin. Micrometer Kelvin. So that is the value of that particular constant, that is lambda max into temperature. Lambda max into T is equal to 2898 micrometer Kelvin. Micrometer Kelvin. So this is the Wien's displacement law. Wien's displacement law. So today we have discussed about the first point we have discussed, that is modes of the heat transfer. So basically three modes of heat transfer is there: conduction, convection and radiation. Conduction is nothing but heat transfer because of the physical contact, that is heat transfer is takes place due to the lattice vibration and free electrons. Then we have discussed about the second mode of heat transfer, that is convection. In convection, heat transfer is takes place due to the motion of the molecules. Then we have discussed about the third mode of heat transfer, that is radiation. In the radiation, heat transfer is takes place in the form of electromagnetic waves. There is no need of any medium to transfer the heat from one point to the another point. So these are the modes of the heat transfer. After that, we have discussed about the basic laws of the heat transfer. So related to the conduction, there is a one law, that is Fourier's law of heat conduction, that is Q is equal to K into A into dt by dx. Then second law, which is related to the convection, that law is nothing but Newton's law of the cooling. What is the equation for that? Q is equal to HA into delta T. So in that, proportionality constant is H. In the conduction law, proportionality constant is K. K is nothing but thermal conductivity having unit is watt per meter Kelvin. And in the convection, H is nothing but coefficient of convectivity transfer coefficient having unit is watt per meter square Kelvin. Then we have discussed about the laws related to radiation. So basically there are four laws which is related to the radiation, that is Stefan-Boltzmann law, then Kirchhoff's law, then Planck's law and Wien's displacement law. So these are the laws related to the heat transfer. So remaining introductory part we have to take in the tomorrow's lecture. Remaining part we have to take in the tomorrow's lecture. So all of you put your roll numbers in the chat box. Those who are not put their roll number in the chat box, put their roll number. Okay. So thank you very much.